My parents raised my rent and told me be grateful to stay. So I left and now I found out completely by accident. I was 24, living across the country, working my first real job after college. My grandmother had set up trust funds for me and my brother Jake when we were kids. We weren't supposed to touch them until we were 25, but we could see the statements. I was helping my parents with some paperwork during a visit home when I saw a document that made my stomach drop. It was a transfer authorization from my trust fund, signed by both my parents as trustees. They had moved nearly everything to Jake's account. We're talking about $180,000 that my grandmother had carefully invested over the years. My hands were shaking when I confronted them at dinner that night. My dad went pale. My mom immediately went on the defensive. Jake had gotten into some trouble, they said. He owed money to some bad people. They had to help him or he would have been in real danger. They were going to pay it back before I turned 25. I would never have known. I looked at Jake. He couldn't even meet my eyes. This was the brother I had defended my entire childhood, the one I had covered for, lied for, bailed out of countless situations. He just sat there, fork in hand, staring at his plate. I asked how much he actually owed. My mom said it was around $40,000. So where did the other $140,000 go? Silence. Finally, Jake admitted he used it to start a business with his friends, a gym. They had already signed a lease and bought equipment. I left that night and didn't speak to them for 2 weeks. They called constantly. My mom cried on my voicemail. My dad sent long texts about family and forgiveness. Jake sent one message saying, "Sorry, man." But here's the thing they didn't know. When I turned 21, my grandmother had added me as a co-trustee on my own account. She had gotten sick of my parents' financial decisions with their own money and wanted to make sure I had some control. My parents either forgot or never paid attention to the paperwork. I contacted the investment firm managing the trust. I explained the situation to a very sympathetic attorney. The transfer my parents had authorized was technically legal since they were trustees, but I was also a trustee, and I hadn't approved it. We filed paperwork to reverse the transaction. It took 6 weeks of legal back and forth, but eventually, the money came back to my account. Then I did something my parents never saw coming. I liquidated everything and moved it to a new account at a different institution, one where my parents had no access or authority. I removed them as trustees completely. My parents found out when Jake's gym equipment checks started bouncing. My phone exploded. My dad threatened to sue me. My mom said I was destroying my brother's life and his future. Jake called me every name in the book. He said I was jealous of him, that I had always been the golden child and couldn't stand to see him succeed. I told them all the same thing. That money was mine. Grandmother left it to me, not to Jake's business venture. If they wanted to help Jake, they should have used their own money. They had stolen from me and then lied about it. The trust was broken in every sense of the word. Jake's gym never opened. His friends backed out when the money disappeared. He had to move back in with my parents. They had to sell their vacation condo to pay back some of Jake's debts. My dad barely speaks to me now. My mom tries to play peacemaker, but still thinks I should have been understanding about the situation. I'm 26 now. The money is still sitting in my account, growing. I haven't touched it except to reinvest it more aggressively. Sometimes I think about what my grandmother would have wanted. She loved all of us, but she also told me once that enabling people doesn't help them, it just delays their rock bottom. I don't regret what I did. That money represented my grandmother's love and her faith in my future. My parents gambled with it like it meant nothing. They chose Jake over me and then expected me to just accept it. I haven't been home in over a year.